So, the big day is finally here as PlayStation 5 have launched in Europe now too. And I decided to do the kind of PlayStation 5 European launch day special video, just mainly talking about uh, all the stuff that happened before the launch and post-launch, mainly the pre-order fiasco, which was epic fail. Let's be honest. And yeah, also this is very different launch for me this time because I've had all the previous PlayStation consoles, and I got them at launch, exception being PlayStation 1 back in the day. But I got PlayStation 2 at launch, even though its availability back then was very poor, especially in Europe and in Nordic countries like Finland, in my country, and Sweden and other Nordic countries. They had really poor, but I still managed to get one at launch. Also, I did pre-order PlayStation 3 way before launch, and I got PlayStation 3 at launch. Also, I got PlayStation 4 at launch, even though that console, what I remember, too had problems with, little stocks, too few to offer to players, but I still managed to get one. And even though I tried my best to also get PlayStation 5 at launch, I didn't get any. So this is new to me. I'm used to, you could say I'm used to getting PlayStation consoles at launch, but yeah, this was so different than any other PlayStation launches, and mainly because, of course, one of the biggest reasons is this fucking corona pandemic all over the world. It has definitely slowed down the manufacturing of PlayStation 5 units, and that's the truth can be seen right now. There are just too few units that were available to pre-order and now at launch. And I also think that even Sony, I think they are extremely surprised how overwhelming this has been for PlayStation 5, and I'll blame the pandemic because not like in Finland, where our situation has been in a good state from the beginning of the whole pandemic in spring. But in countries like Italy, Spain, of course, US, Canada, UK, it's been pretty bad. Uh, so especially in those countries, gamers are pretty much stuck at home because they have restrictions to not really go outside uh, and only do the must done stuff that you just have to make, like go to grocery stores and buy food and go to uh, place that you need to be, of course. But in Finland we don't have that kind of restrictions. But yeah, of course the PlayStation 5 asking for PlayStation 5 has been so overwhelming because gamers are stuck inside their houses and they need something to do. And yeah, if it weren't for this pandemic, of course I would think that there would also be shortage of units available. I'm sure of that, as that pretty much happens with every console launch. But it wouldn't be as bad as it is now without this fucking pandemic. Because yeah, like I said, reason A, it increases the demands for the console quite hugely because people need something to do inside their houses, and gaming nowadays is a very big thing. So that's reason A. And reason B, problems with manufacturing, because I'm pretty sure they are cutting the manufacturing due to this pandemic. So there aren't as many factories that manufacture these consoles, at least for time being. But I hope the let's say even early next year will increase the manufacturing speed, so there will be much more stock to be available for purchase. But yeah, this is so different for me, and it doesn't really feel like a PlayStation 5 launch day because I don't have the unit. But yeah, speaking of, I just want to go a little bit into the history personally, how I got the first PlayStation, because I didn't get that at launch, like I said. And the reason was that back then I really didn't know about the PlayStation at all until at school my friend told me that, oh, you gotta visit my house and see my new console. It's so awesome. I have a couple of games for it. And back then I was more like I played DOS games on PC. Like, I was so into the first Alone in the Dark back then. It was, I think, 95 or something. Yeah, back then I played pretty much DOS games, and I can't remember if I still had the Commodore uh, 128 model. I still can't. I can't remember if I had that anymore back then. But yeah, I didn't play games much back then. But then I visit my friend's house, and he showed me the PlayStation, and I was fucking blown away. I just immediately thought that okay, I have to get myself one too. Uh, and I was asking for my dad to get one, and first he was like, no, it's too expensive, and I just continued and continued talking about it, and then I think it was back in early 97. I think it was February 97 that I got my PlayStation, and with that I got NHL 97, and one of the other first games was Fade to Black. Really nostalgic game for me, and of course, as a big Resident Evil fan nowadays, one of my first games were also Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. I still can't remember the some other early games that I got, but yeah, NHL 97, Fade to Black, and Resident Evil Director's Cut. So still I got that pretty early at its lifespan, early 97. There weren't that many big names back then yet. There were of course Resident Evil and Tomb Raider and other big names, but there was still missing Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill, Soul Reaver, other big names, Gran Turismo. So I was pretty early at the PlayStation's lifespan, and I'm glad of that. I got it that early. And like I said, all the other PlayStations 2, 3 and 4, I got them at launch because, of course, I was so into PlayStation consoles and the whole brand that I became so loyal to them, and I needed to get the new PlayStations at launch, of course. So yeah, that's a little history about my PlayStation consoles and how I get them and when I got them. But yeah, let's get back to the PlayStation 5 launch. Yeah, I really hope that if I don't get my PS5 this year, that I will get it early next year, and I really hope I don't have to wait till like something like March or April, because that's too far ahead. I hope I can get at least in January or February. But at least I'm so fucking ready for the console. I've got like now three games, three launch games. Like I have already shown you, I got Demon's Souls and Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and also the extra DualSense controller. And today like I was talking about it on my previous video, I got this today, Godfalls. This is deluxe edition that has the expansion pack that comes next year, that will be available next year. But let's see if even the expansion has already been released by the time I actually get the freaking unit itself. That remains to be seen. And also oh yeah, something more about this Godfall. This is really confusing. What I have read from the internet, the devs have said that even though this game says on the back that it requires the PlayStation Plus subscription, that I have, of course, but still I have, it expires on April next year, but I am of course expanding it further. I will buy more PlayStation Plus time, but they have said that they would like to correct this wrong information, that it doesn't after all require PlayStation Plus when playing solo, but what it requires is online only, like it says here, if it can be seen here, I don't know, but it says online only. So this will have the kind of drop in drop out online multiplayer, and I get that it pretty much requires for you to be online all the time so other players can join you. I get that, yes. And it's going to be 1 to 3 players online co-op, and this will require the minimum of 50 gigabytes, so pretty basic. So yeah, I still hope that maybe they have patched the game to not require the PlayStation Plus anymore when playing solo, because that would be nice. Because it says here the PlayStation Plus is required, that maybe that was their initial intent to require that, but then players got maybe a little mad about it, and maybe they, I don't know, maybe they provided a patch that changed it that you can play without the PlayStation Plus subscription if you play it solo. So yeah, got the third and last launch game for me. I'm definitely not getting any more games. That these 3 will be enough. And also what I didn't tell you, that I also got this Resident Evil box set of all the 6 movies in 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, because yeah, like I'm quite sure I have said that I got the PlayStation 5 disc version, so I got this so I can watch. I haven't watched any 4K movies on my 4K TV, so now it will be time to actually see how they look compared to full HD 1080p versus the 2160p 4K. So I'm pretty excited to watch these, see all 6 movies again with 4K on PlayStation 5, and with that pretty much not only because of this movie compilation, and I'm pretty sure I will get other like the must-have 4K movies for me. So I got this official media remote. It's really nice. At first I was not planning to buy this, but I just thought that okay, let's buy this also, so I'm fully equipped let's say that when PlayStation 5 arrives. So this will have you know, the TV and mute button and volume plus and minus, and with this you can scroll through the PlayStation 5 menus and other stuff like all the PS Store. You can browse PS Store with this and other, you know, shit. And also back button. I don't know what this, maybe an option button. And these will have the forward and backwards and pause and play, and the dedicated buttons for Spotify, Disney Plus, Netflix and YouTube. I don't use Disney Plus or Spotify, but of course I'm a Netflix user, and who doesn't use YouTube nowadays? And finally it has the PlayStation button that boots the console itself. So you can boot the console with this remote also. You don't have to use the DualSense. So yeah, that's a quick take a look of the media remote. And yeah, I don't think I'll have pretty much any more to say than this is just, from now on it's a waiting game for me. I'm just waiting that the online store where I pre-ordered it will get the stock as soon as possible, and so finally I'll be able to actually play the games that I already have and watch the Resident Evil movies. And speaking a little bit of the extra controller that I got. It was a pretty risky thing, a little bit risky thing, because you really don't need it if you don't have games that have local multiplayer, a split screen or not, but local multiplayer, couch co-op, let's say. You really don't need that, but I'm sure as PlayStation 4 have many games that still feature split screen or at least local multiplayer. So I'll hope that my second an extra controller, DualSense extra controller will come in use and not just collect dust there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is quite a launch day without the console, but well, what can you do? Nothing. I have tried. I've tried my best to get one, but like so many others, I didn't get PlayStation 5 at launch. So boo-hoo. But yeah, now it's just waiting but I still feel like I got the taste of next generation with all these 3 launch games and accessories. So at least I'm very prepared for the next gen now with these. So, and my PlayStation shirt has given me good luck, but not good enough because I don't have the freaking console. But enough chit chat. This has went quite long, but well, at least this is a special launch day video. Me rambling about the situation of PlayStation 5, and yeah, from now on it's just waiting and hoping that I get it sooner than later. So with that, it's a bye-bye. I don't have PlayStation 5. Fucking Corona.